Because there's a huge psychological factor when it comes to, I'm your injector, not your therapist. I think a lot of men, unfortunately, true confidence doesn't come. You're stuck in something called the...
Welcome back to Kazouza Hamra, the podcast focusing on reclaiming Arab narratives one story at a time. I'm your host, Nora, and today we also have another host, Hanoun. And today we're talking to someone who blends science, beauty, and confidence and culture in a really fascinating way. She's helping people feel confident in their own skin while also navigating what it means to be an Arab woman in medicine and aesthetics. Please welcome Dr. Rayan Abood. All right, so welcome, Dr. Rayan Abood. How are you?
Thank you for having me. Thank you, Hanoun, for bringing us together. I'm so excited to be here today.
Hanoun is the GOAT, man.
Yes, she is.
She really is.
I'm excited for this. I want people to meet you.
Thank
and
you.
Get to know what
yes,
you do.
I know. I mean, listen, you're all over social media, so I want to pick your brain for sure today.
Let's do it.
And for starters, how do we look like you?
Please.
That's the number one question.
Please.
How do we look like her?
Oh, you guys are so sweet.
Mashallah.
She's like, guys,
Mashallah,
don't let the camera fool you. Like, she looks perfect.
Yes,
Mashallah.
I mean, you are absolutely gorgeous, stunning. Allah yahmiki. Put the ayn, would you put the ayn on the things that people check her because... Yeah, Allah yahmiki ya Rab, like for real, you're just gorgeous.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Beauty and brains, literally the definition.
انتوا الحلوين والله. Thank you so much. Thank you for having me. I'm so excited.
Yes. So how are you feeling today?
Feeling great. I've done a couple podcasts in the past, but this one's special because I know you guys. It's gonna be fun. I'm excited.
Well, we've been waiting. We've been trying to make this happen for like what 2 months now.
I know. But
listen, but we have you here.
Yes.
So obviously, I want to get into everything about aesthetics and the Botox and the peptides. But before we do that, I want to know your story. I want to know, your background. Where were you born? Where are you from? Your family, etc. And we'll take it from there.
Yeah. So, like you said, my name is Rayan Abood. I was born and raised in New York. I'm Lebanese from the south of Lebanon specifically.
Oh, shout out to Lebanon.
I feel very, happy to say that, especially during these times. I did grow up here. I went to school here. And, my journey started pretty young. I was 21. I opened a Medi Spa. I was still studying, but I asked my father for money. And he looked at me like I was crazy. And then it kind of just started from there. And I was still preparing, kind of what I wanted to do. And, I didn't know how to run a business, but my dad's an entrepreneur, so he helped me with that aspect. And I just grew the business. It's going to be almost 13 years now.
MashaAllah. Yeah. Can we get you to say that in Arabic, everything you just said?
Yeah, of course. You want to
Yes, I totally want to hear this.
طيب برجع بعد لك اياهم.
يا الله. يا عيني
يا قلبي.
احكي لي بالعربي.
You guys are so funny. So أنا اسمي ريان عبود. أنا خلقت وربيت بنيويورك. بس أنا جذوري من جنوب لبنان. وأهلي they immigrated يعني تهجروا من لبنان على أمريكا and I'm first generation eldest daughter and so I studied here lived here all my life وبعدين قررت بدي أفتح medical spa
right
لأنه أنت بتعرفي نحن اللبنانية بنحب الجمال وكل شيء حلو so fit right up.
You guys defined essentially the beauty over there. I mean, this was the Paris of the Middle East.
They're so sweet.
Lebanese women are beautiful,
well, but in Lebanon, I heard it's like the most money that's spent is on plastic surgery over there, right?
Yeah.
Or the more debt. I don't remember, but something like that.
We love aesthetics. We love looking good. Right. I think Arab culture in general, absolutely. We focus a lot on our looks. So بكفي بالعربي.
I love it.
Yeah, that's how it started. And now, I built the business, I grew it. I've obviously finished my studies and, throughout my whole journey, I've just been focused on training. I traveled, I went to Brazil, I went obviously Lebanon, I trained with the best there, London. And I really honed in on my skills and just, you have to have an eye for it. So
what school did you go to?
Like my medical studies. So I did Rutgers, I did Walden University. I've done, I went through many different paths because originally I wanted to be a cardiologist.
Wow. Complete change.
Complete change. Yeah. So I didn't, I went into aesthetics. I really have like a fascination with people. I've always been fascinated by people. And I feel like, medicine, but I'm also very artistic.
Yeah, of course.
So I felt like the best fit for me was
Putting that two
aesthetics,
together.
right? Like medicine and art, aesthetics.
I love
that's
that.
kind of the trajectory I went
Well,
for.
I want to go back to like you growing up here in the States. What was that like in terms of you being in America, but also being from Lebanon? I mean, Lebanon we know is very liberal, right? So did you find that there was like a big difference when you were being raised here, or like, and if you did, what aspects were they different?
Yeah, so like I said, I'm from the south of Lebanon, so we're a little bit more conservative maybe than other areas. I don't know if you know that in maybe other areas of Lebanon. Right. So my parents, and I'm the oldest daughter and the only daughter. So yeah, so my parents were not very liberal, especially growing up here in the United States. Like they were very
like strict and making sure like ما بدنا اياها تفلت or you know ضبي عليها.
Exactly. And I went to private Catholic all-girls school.
Okay.
Even though I'm Muslim. And that was pretty strict schooling. So my dad made sure that there's got to study. So I think that they laid down the foundation from the start. You know, they were strict with the friends, what I was able to do, what I was not. And every summer I would go to Lebanon. So كنا نصيف بلبنان. And that's when I learned the culture. That's why I speak really good Arabic. I know everybody's shocked when I say that I didn't grow up in Lebanon.
Now, do you know how to read and write?
I don't know how to read and write.
Okay, I'm the same.
Same
I used to, and then I lost the skill. Like when I
wish, but inshallah, I will learn. And so they were pretty strict. I focused a lot on school, and kind of they set me up for that, and just going to Lebanon and just learning everything, the culture. And when I came, I'd come back from summer. I was like, oh my God, I want to live in Lebanon. I don't want to live here. And for many years of my life, that was the thing. I even wanted to go study in Lebanon. Like I wanted to do college in AUB. And my dad was like, it's American University of Beirut. And my dad was like, there's no way that you're going to do that. Like he was very like on top of what I was doing. Yeah, very strict. And then obviously as I got older, he saw that I'm not interested in other things. I'm interested in, school and, building something. He calmed down a little. Yeah, from the beginning.
I love that. I love that. Now, obviously, you became a doctor, and one of the biggest things in our culture is the fact that we only have an option to either become a doctor, an engineer, a lawyer, or teacher.
Yeah.
So you becoming a doctor, was that something that was coming from you, or was it like your parents like, hey, we left Lebanon, we came to the States, you better become a doctor or else?
No, my parents never put any restrictions like that on me, or pressure is a better word. I wanted to do it myself. I told you I wanted to be a cardiologist. My brother was born with congenital heart disease. Oh. Yeah, he's younger than me. So I grew up with like the doctors and hospital setting and all of that. So I think that really pushed me towards medicine. Okay. I wanted to be a lawyer.
Oh my God, yeah. I can see you as a lawyer. I'm telling you, it's like for Arab women and men. I mean, it's really like a doctor to lawyer. We're kind of drawn towards towards these careers. We gravitate towards them.
Yeah.
But and really, not to cut you off, but really quickly, going back to the condition that your brother has, for the audience who may not know what this condition is, could you explain and see what that experience was like for you?
Yeah. So basically means he was born with heart defects.
Okay.
And that required him to get several open heart surgeries. So that was very challenging growing up. Yeah, and I was young too, and I was in school, and my parents were busy with him. So they made sure that, there was no other option. I was just focused on school. There's nothing else I was really doing. They didn't have time for all the other activities and stuff. No. So so that definitely influenced me getting into medicine. The aesthetics part comes from I love art. I've always loved beauty. I've always been into makeup, fashion. So I also paint. I like drawing and painting. So I felt like that's kind of where my heart was leaning towards, and honestly less schooling. I'm not gonna lie to you. Right. So I love it. And like I said, you have to have an eye for it. I already paint and draw, so that made it easier for me. And that's kind of how it.
How's your brother doing now?
Alhamdulillah, he's doing better. Yeah, he's good. But that's kind of how it, rooted from. My parents never put pressure. There was definitely an expectation of something, but
either a lawyer or an engineer or a doctor. Okay.
Yeah, but
But you chose it at your own will.
I chose it at my own will. Yeah. And they don't even pressure anything else in my life.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now take us back. You're 21.
Yes.
Not take us back. Move us forward. You're 21.
Take us back.
Yeah, take us back. You're like, I was only like, I was going to Lebanon every summer when I was a kid.
Right. Time
so
flies.
You're 21. You take this chance. You're like, Dad, I want to get this loan from you and I want to start my business. Walk us through that experience.
Yeah, he looked at me like I was crazy and I didn't know what I was talking about and where the hell did you get this idea? And I got the idea because I was into the beauty industry.
Yeah.
You know? And I knew that I wanted to get into medicine. So at the time when I was 21, the aesthetic industry was still booming in the United States. Like if you kind of think backwards to when Kylie Jenner came out and said, oh, I got my lips done. And like, that's where you saw the whole boom. People were doing cosmetic treatments in the United States, but it was very taboo, very hush-hush, like the Botox treatments and everything. And then when she came out, everything blew up. So everybody was like running towards that. But there was not many places offering that. Yeah. So I kind of went in the right time. So definitely that influenced me as well. And I remember I had a PowerPoint presentation to my dad. I'm not even joking.
I love that. Okay.
With the whole like, this is how much it's gonna cost. This is the ROI. This is
I love that.
Yeah, and he's like, okay, we'll start with a PRP machine because that was the trending thing at the time, like PRP microneedling.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was the first.
Don't you get scabs or something and it heals like 3 weeks later? I mean,
no, not that serious.
I dramatize that. I'm like, oh my God, you get that in your face, halas, for 3 weeks, you won't be going anywhere?
No, not that serious. But you'll try it at my office. But that was the first treatment that I offered before I got into the fillers and the Botox.
That's interesting.
And he bought me the centrifuge and he bought me the machine.
Wow, subhanAllah.
Yeah, and then I was like, Baba, I want to open a place. And that's kind of how we went about it. And at the time, there was no social media for advertising.
Yeah.
There was no like really marketing. Maybe there were, but I didn't know anything about them. I remember there were leads that you could buy and call, like when I was still opening the business. And it was so complicated in the beginning. Like the best way that I went about things was just word of mouth. Word of mouth. People would tell each other, and then it boomed. And like, oh, Rayan.
When did it boom for you?
Maybe it's like a year and a half later. Year and a half, 2 years later. Yeah, yeah.
Inshallah.
And I was still in school and studying and all of that, and then was growing the business at the same time, and we had other injectors that were already like confident enough to practice, and and then that's how it.
I want to get into the education aspect of injectors.
Yes.
I mean, obviously, I've never gotten Botox. Like, it is something I fear. I'm just afraid of the idea of needles like hitting my face. But I have friends who get it done, and they like they say wonderful things about it. And I know a lot of Arab women get it done too, because I've seen it be done in Egypt.
Absolutely.
I've seen it be done in Syria. So I know people are getting it done over there. But in terms of the education aspect, I mean, obviously, if I were to get it done, I would want to come to a doctor. What is your take on, or like, I guess, how does one become a confident injector?
Yeah, so I don't like to use just like that doctors are the only ones that are good injectors. There's a lot of like NPs who are great injectors, RNs, so nurses and nurse practitioners, PAs. It's not so much about the title. It's more about like years of experience. How dedicated is someone to the industry, right? Because there's a lot of doctors that do this as a side thing, but that's not their main practice. So if you're not, this is a skill, right? So if you're not practicing the skill enough,
hopefully you find people that trust you, like, just practice on my face.
Yeah, so there's a lot of injectors that dedicate their career to injecting, being an injector.
Right.
So if someone's doing it many years, right? 5 years plus. I like more than 5 years. I like a little more.
So the question to ask would be like, how long have you been doing this?
How long have you been doing this? What are your credentials? They're important things, not chasing the social media followers and what influencer went to this doctor, because that's all, as you guys know, paid things. And if a video goes viral, that doesn't mean that the injector can deliver
the same results.
Yeah. They're just good at the camera or talking or whatever, by luck, whatever it is, or the piece of information they're sharing is good, but can they deliver the results when you're sitting in the chair?
That's interesting to know, because for me, like, I don't know this world, and to have that understanding, like you need to ask these questions, like how long have you been doing this, and that's I guess what we're assessing by credentials.
Absolutely.
But I know one of my friends is so interesting. You mentioned people don't do this full time. One of my friends gets her Botox at her doctor dentist.
Yeah.
Her dentist does it for her.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, your dentist? What?
I don't want to shame, a dentist or anybody. It all goes back to how many cases is the person delivering the Botox doing, right? That the more you do, the more skilled you're going to be, right? So if a dentist is doing 1 or 2 cases a week, I don't know. If they're doing more than that, maybe,
But wouldn't you say, like, for example, if somebody's going to get, like, let's say you're a doctor, you're studying this from, like, it's like a different type of education, like an RN versus somebody who just is like just learning how to do it because they have practice hours. I don't know why I'm focusing on this so much. I'm just like interested in learning about it.
Yeah.
But aren't you learning the structure of the face a little differently to know, like, hey, what areas you should hit, what to avoid, or like, hey, this is a round face. Like, I have a round face. Like, so this is like an apple face. So you want to avoid this area or something like that.
So as a nurse and nurse practitioner, a PA, a doctor, a gynecologist, a dentist, it doesn't matter because everything that you're studying to become that title gets thrown out the window kind of when you're getting into aesthetics. Aesthetics is its own field. Okay. Aesthetics is, I'm basically learning anatomy of the face, right? So in medical school or as a nurse, you're not learning that anatomy of the face. You're learning the complex body systems, or you're learning teeth or how to fix a cavity or whatever. So regardless of the title, that's why I go back to.
It's more specialized.
It's more specialized.
Got it.
How many years have they been practicing aesthetics, right?
Got it.
How, what credentials do they have as far as what kind of trainings did they receive? Did they just get a 2-day certificate, or did they do many courses that they can,
Wow, is there a 2-day
absolutely
certificate?
Absolutely.
Oh, wow.
Well, I hope they would like say like, hey, I got my certificate in 2 days.
Yeah. Well, no one.
That's insane.
Yeah. Because so here's the other aspect of aesthetics, right? Unfortunately, it's become a business more than it is medicine, and I speak about this a lot because at the end of the day, this is medicine, right? So when that whole, Kylie Jenner thing and like everybody wanted to get Botox done came out, people who weren't even in medicine were opening med spas. So they were hiring, anybody with a license, an RN, an NP, and, just to make it as a business, right? And that's where a lot of people were, afraid, like, I don't know who's injecting me. And you should look into that. I'm not looking at the Medispa name, right? I'm not going to the Medispa. I'm going to the provider who's going to treat me.
Right,
so I need to look that up. I need to see who's doing my injections. Okay. So that's the problem that we face in medical aesthetics, is that lots of corporate places are opening. You don't know which injector you're going to get. Every treatment, every appointment is different. And consistency is very important. Like, I'm going to the same provider because I always say, like, every poke of my needle leaves a mark on your face. Okay. Especially, for example, like lips. I do your lips, right? I'm creating channels. I'm creating a tunnel in there. So imagine people who are going to different injectors. Every injector has a technique. I'm playing with the technique at this point. The channels in my lips are changing. And once you create a tunnel or a channel, migration can happen, and then we go down like this huge rabbit hole. So
now, does the technique that you're talking about, does it vary based on the patient's face or patient's whatever they're working with, versus like, this is your technique, this is what you specialize in, and if I like that technique, I'm coming to you for that technique?
So the more skilled an injector is, I'm going to say injector because, again, there's nurses, NPs, PAs, and doctors that are all injecting, and they're all qualified if they have.
Which I think Hanun and I were going to put in for that certificate, and by the end of this weekend,
No, I'm not.
by next week, we're adding a new certificate.
I'm adding a new career.
You can hire us. You'll train us.
I'll hire you guys.
She'll train us.
Yeah, but you still have to go to nursing school.
I'm literally just making light of it. I'm just totally being silly.
We want to, give them their credit, right? But yeah, so what I was saying was, this more skilled an injector is, the more techniques they have to offer you, right? So if I have somebody with very thin lips, I'm not going to treat them the same way as somebody with very full lips. I'm not going to treat their lips the same way, or for lack of a better word, I'm not going to use the same technique as somebody with M-shaped lips. Okay, so the technique should vary depending on your original anatomy. And that's not just with lips, that's with everything.
Okay.
So that's why I say, like, injector experience is very important, because the more experience, more technique they have that they can offer you.
Mashallah,
School doesn't teach that.
School doesn't teach that. Experience and investing in your skill set as an injector. You know, every course we take costs thousands of dollars. So when you know, when
it's an investment.
Yeah, absolutely, it's an investment, and just the years of cases that you see, you naturally get better, right? It's a skill. It's like a muscle. The more you use it, the stronger you get.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So now, explain to us, what is Botox? What is filler? What are people doing? What is the hottest new thing that like women need to know? Because there are a lot of treatments that I see women get, and they have like the glowy skin, and I want to know what is the tea on that, because you know, me and my girl Hanoun, we're considering getting something done.
I need everything done.
So what is Botox? What is it?
Yeah, so Botox, in simplified terms, it's paralyzes the muscle temporarily. And when we relax that muscle temporarily, the skin sitting on top behaves better. So the goal is you don't form those permanent lines or the wrinkle on the skin, because you're training that muscle every time you get a Botox treatment to just stay relaxed.
Is that why they say start young with Botox?
Yeah, absolutely. The age factor doesn't really matter. It's more, do you have strong movement or not? Because I see patients that are 19, 21, and I'm not endorsing
that.
No,
I know that. Well, I think Instagram has a lot to do with like the young girls, because I feel like young girls now look older than like me, who was in my 40s. And I'm like, what did you do? I don't know what's going on here. You're so young.
What they're doing is they're over treating.
Yes.
And part of that has to do with the injector. Okay. Because if I'm someone coming to you and you're someone informed, you should be educating me as to, do I need it or do I not? Yes. Even if I see it on social media, I'm going to come to my doctor or my injector, whoever it is, and be like, hey, like, I saw this. Do you think that I would benefit from it? If you are an injector that's, you know, making it a money thing, you're going to say okay to everything. If you have integrity, you're going to say, no, you don't need this right now, but come see me later.
I love that.
Right.
Okay.
Start
I
here
respect
and build
that.
from there.
Yeah. So integrity is very important in our industry.
I noticed that about you when I was in the office.
You.
Yeah, because I asked you a couple of questions. You're like, you know, come back to me like in a couple of years.
Yeah.
For that.
Yeah.
So I respected that.
Integrity. Yeah.
Well, I guess now, explain what Botox is. What is fillers?
So fillers are hyaluronic acid products. We naturally have hyaluronic acid in our bodies. Yes. So they draw in water. So they made this product where it's kind of like a gel form. We inject it, and then it gives you volume. Okay. So we use that in areas where you have volume loss, or areas you want to contour, like in the jawline, or areas you want to augment or make bigger. So that's what the difference is. They're completely two different things, and not one is better than the other. It's just, do you need it or not? Which is very case dependent.
Let's say somebody has like the little turkey neck here, you know, like, would a filler help them even that area out, or should they just go like neck lipo right off the bat?
So also very case dependent. If somebody has a very weak chin, and the reason that their, you know, under chin is looking so big is because they're lacking this projection, then absolutely go non-invasive first before you go to invasive, which is surgery. So we try to augment the chin, make it longer, because remember, this is art, right? So we, just like makeup, we can augment, we can shadow and highlight certain things in the face. So when we're augmenting the chin, we're making it longer, we're taking away that, you know, harshness that comes from here. The main focus the eye goes to is the chin. So yes, you can benefit from that if the injector is skilled enough to do it correctly.
If you had to look at my face right now, what do I need?
You're beautiful. Nobody needs anything.
If I come to
you,
if I come to you, no, but I'm just being honest. Like, do you look at people and be like, you know, maybe they just need a little bit of this, a little bit of that, like?
Absolutely. You know, my eye because it's trained that way,
Yeah.
goes to that.
Yeah.
But if you don't ask me my opinion, I never share.
No, I really want your opinion.
Yeah,
Like if I came
so-
into your office, what do I need?
So one, you're beautiful, right? But obviously we can always enhance certain things in our faces, right? Why not? That's what we have this for. I definitely would make your chin a little longer for your face. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
You know, maybe a little bit more in the lips.
Okay.
And that's that's really
Good.
it.
Really?
You know, you don't really need much.
Are you ready now?
have-
I'm
coming
you have great
tomorrow.
skin.
Bring the stuff with you now? Let's just do
let
it.
me see you in the room.
I'm coming tomorrow.
Yeah. So, I mean.
What about my
it's,
cheekbones?
You have great cheeks.
Yeah.
If you're planning to lose weight, you know, I would hold off on that. I tell
Yeah.
all my patients, and I guess we'll get into that later
Right.
with the weight loss, but hold off until you're done losing everything. And then that's when I come in and I spruce you up.
I love that.
Well, from one of my issues is the bags under my eyes because I'm sleep deprived. I chase 2 kids around all day when I'm not working. So what would you recommend for someone like me for under eyes? Like how can I want to look I'm alive, even though I feel like I look like I'm dead every morning.
No.
Because I'm so
No.
tired.
We're also
We're our
harsh
worst
on
critics,
ourselves.
yeah.
No, I mean, listen,
critics.
I love myself and everything. Alhamdulillah. I'm the
You're beautiful.
Don't take
You're
it as I'm putting
beautiful.
myself down.
Inside and out. Inside,
Thank you, Hype
more
Tea.
important than outside.
Merci. Lebanese, bye.
Habibti. The under eyes are a very complex area.
Okay.
So it depends. Again, very case dependent. More skilled an injector is, the more knowledge they have, the more treatments they can offer you.
Right.
So maybe people will say like under eye filler. I'm not against under eye filler, but I'm so skilled in other things that I can offer you other treatments. So we could do things like PRF, which is made from your blood. We turn it into a gel. We inject it.
Wow.
It's considered a biostimulator. We could do PDGF, which are platelet-derived growth factors. They're made in a lab, so they're about, I would say, like 400 times more potent than the PRF. So we can also inject that. These things are biostimulators. They work over time. So what they do is they increase the collagen production. They work on the color, the elasticity, the tone. If you have under eye bags, that's a whole different rabbit hole. And then
I'm starting to see it. I definitely see like my skin, like it's like definitely losing something here.
Losing a little volume, which is common, right? The older we get, which I hate to say that, but it's the truth. We start losing fat in certain areas. Like we have fat pads under the eyes, we have fat pads in the cheeks, we have fat pads everywhere. So the problem with that is the older we're getting, our bone structure is shrinking. So our skulls are shrinking. A lot of people don't know that. The skin sitting on top is losing collagen. You're losing elasticity. And then you're also shrinking your fat pads. So the aging process is a complex thing. And that's why I say don't chase the problem. Aesthetics is a long-term.
Okay.
Long-term. It's like going to the gym, right? You should be coming to me, on a treatment plan, because I need to treat all those layers. I need to treat that bone loss. I need to treat that, the fat pads.
There's so much to
I need
it.
to treat the skin. Yeah. So it's a long-term relationship. And that's why you see a lot of patients that look overdone. They're doing too much too soon.
Yeah.
Right.
Don't fix what's not broken.
Right.
If it's
Well,
not
now
broken,
you
we
mentioned
don't have
those
to
two
fix it.
treatments. What is it called?
PRF and PDGF.
And PDGF.
Yeah.
Now, if I were to get that, is this something I would have to get every 6 months, every year?
Yeah.
When do I see the results?
Yeah, so case dependent, but biostimulators is a different category, and those are things that work over time. So it's not like instant gratification like a filler. It's like a more long-term approach. So you start reaping the benefits 4 to 6 weeks later, 3 months later, right? Because it's inducing your own collagen production. So your body's making the collagen.
Right, 'cause that's why you're spinning the blood. It's like you're like kind of giving it a little push.
Yes, exactly. So that's a biostimulator thing, right?
I need that.
Filler,
I need everything.
instant gratification. A Botox, kind of considered also instant gratification, kicks in like a week or two. But biostimulators is the newest category, and that's one of my favorite categories in aesthetics.
I love that. Okay. That I feel like I'm more open to something like that than the Botox right now.
Yeah. So again,
Let's do it, girl.
love fillers.
The more mean you're going to be there at opening.
Hannah's going to call me.
First
Where are you? I'm like, well, I hit her up
here.
at night. I made the appointment. I'm in her office.
I'm making an appointment tonight.
Let's go. I love fillers, don't get me wrong, but for the right patient.
Yeah.
For the right case. again, the beauty of being a skilled injector is I don't have to push one thing on you just because that's the only thing I know how to do.
Yeah. You give options.
I can give you options because I know how to do everything.
I love that.
So that goes back.
My students do like this.
I have a question.
In all humbleness.
I have a question. What if someone can't afford all this? Like, what advice do you give them?
Yeah, I mean, of course, this is an expensive, elective thing that we do.
It's a luxury.
Of course, it's a luxury. Do things slowly, step by step. You know, I have a lot of patients that, you know, budget this into their life, and that's okay.
I know you have cherry payment plans, right?
We do have payment plans. A lot of offices have payment plans, but you know, I always tell my patient the first time they come to me and sit in my chair, the way I go about things is because we all need several things, right? There's not one thing that we just, okay, that's it. That's the magic trick. No, it's, again, the process.
Yeah.
So I always say, I will tell you the first thing that if you treat today with the budget you have is going to make the biggest impact to you when you look in the mirror so that you get more motivated to continue the journey.
I love that. Okay? I'm not gonna lie, ever since you did my lips, first of all, I felt more beautiful. Aww. And I felt like, I'm like, wow, like this is what it feels to like pour back into yourself.
Absolutely.
And now, like, what's next? What can I do to improve? Not to beautify, but to improve.
I didn't even know you got that done.
Absolutely.
It's so natural.
I'm telling you, like, that's why I love her work. She's so natural.
Thank
like,
you so much.
She told me,
zoom in my lips
really?
later.
I'm like, that's so crazy.
Yeah, very
I would never
natural.
have guessed.
My parents never knew. Until I told my mom.
Well, not the whole
But
world
not my
knows.
mom. I don't care.
Not only do your parents know.
No, my mom doesn't care. My mom's like, my mom will answer like, wow, it looks natural. Like our husbands could never tell. Like, take us to her. I'm like, I'm not taking you guys. You guys are gonna embarrass me. My mom's not gonna embarrass me. My aunt's gonna embarrass me.
Anytime, more than
This
welcome.
might be going off topic a little bit, but how much do you think Instagram has kind of pushed women to now? I mean, not women only. I'm sure a lot of men also get these treatments done, right? Like, you think it's really changed the idea of what we think beauty is?
Yes, absolutely. Social media influences a lot of things in our lives, and definitely the way we see ourselves, right? Unfortunately, and fortunately, because I myself use editing apps and things like that, right? But sometimes it can be taken overboard by, you know, when my patient comes in and shows me like a picture of that's face app, then like I want to look like this. That's not
because
realistic.
Everybody
right?
wants to look like a filter now,
absolutely,
right?
and that's when that's when it goes wrong.
Does that make your job difficult?
Yes and no, because I set realistic expectations. I'm known for that. Like I'm very honest. Like this is gonna work. This is not gonna work. I'm more natural. That's the kind of signature style that I do. Maybe I'm not the right injector for you, and I leave that option to my patient. Like, hey, this is how I do things.
Have you ever turned down anyone?
All the time.
Really?
Oh, really?
All the
okay.
time.
You're like, girl, it's too much.
All the time.
Really?
Yeah, because there's a huge psychological factor when it comes to the way we see ourselves. And I think a lot of patients, need to improve that when they look in the mirror, because the true confidence doesn't come from external. Yes, it helps when you're fixing a problem that you see. You're, getting the lips done, doing a little bit of Botox or getting surgery. I'm not against any of that. This is my field. Right. But if you're just relying on the external, you're going to be stuck in something called the improvement trap. And I don't know if you guys know what that is.
No.
So the improvement trap is chasing every single problem instead of just, gracefully taking aging one step at a time, right? It's like chasing every line. That's when it becomes a problem. Yeah. So don't fall into the improvement trap.
So you mentioned the improvement plan, or rather they'll be stuck in an improvement plan,
Improvement trap.
I'm sorry, improvement trap.
Yes.
What are some things that you've noticed with clients that come to you? Like, how do you know, like, psychologically, like, they have to do the internal work before you can actually treat them externally or provide this sort of treatment?
Very simply, when I see that they don't need anything, but they're insisting that they do. Or if they're chasing perfection.
Okay, and what do they say?
No one's
like,
perfect.
Like, what are they saying to you? I'm just curious. Like, what are, like, hey, Dr. Rayan, like...
Yeah, like, they basically point out maybe symmetry, but we're all naturally asymmetrical.
Yeah.
Actually, studies have proven that the most beautiful faces have strong features with a little asymmetry.
Yes.
So the problem, if you're chasing symmetry, you think that you're chasing that's the beauty, perfection, but that's actually wrong.
Yeah.
Or if you chase every single wrinkle, no, you have to have some expression, or you lack being a human.
Character,
Character, right? Exactly. So people like that, or I also don't like when a patient comes to me and bashes a previous provider that they've seen. I didn't like that, but when I look at them, they look fine to me. That means very unrealistic expectations.
Yeah.
Red flag to me.
That's interesting. Okay.
Yeah. So I try to educate. My tool is education, right? So when I tell you, you don't need this because 1, 2, 3, 4, trust me, because
My superwoman.
Well, I think also, I'm not sure if you're familiar with, I mean, not that I'm familiar with it either, but I think I once watched a documentary about the whole, I mean, obviously our brains as human beings, we chase symmetry. We want things in our minds to be even. It's just like the way we process things visually, right? Look at Picasso, Picasso was the king of like asymmetry, right? But people like evenness for some reason. But I agree. I think asymmetry adds interest, it adds depth, it adds like flow, right?
Yeah.
But now in the Asian market, I think it was like China, they are obsessed with symmetry and they have to get the V, like the chin has to be in the V.
Yeah, so what's beautiful about aesthetics is that I get to see and treat, especially in the United States, so many different ethnicities. So I have my Middle Eastern patients, I have my Asians, I have my African Americans, I have Caucasian, I have everything.
Okay.
So another really nice thing is being able to treat all these different ethnicities makes me even more skilled because I know each ethnicity, the beauty standard that they're looking to reach. Right. Now, is it possible? Of course it is. It depends on what you want, right? I can give you my opinion, but if you want that at the end of the day, it's your face. I will deliver for you, right? That's my job.
Well, what do Middle Eastern women want, or men? Do you treat men, by the way, Middle Eastern men?
I do treat men. I do treat men. Okay. Yeah, absolutely. Men are aging as well, and they definitely need to take care of the way they look, right? Most of my men come in for Botox, maybe some stuff underneath the eyes, definitely hair treatments, PRP, hair growth treatments. Okay. Yeah. So Middle Eastern women, we're just so beautiful. Maybe I'm being biased because I'm Middle Eastern, but we have strong, bold
the high
features.
Cheekbones.
Yes.
We're gorgeous. Shout out to Arab women. You know, we love our Arab women.
And you know what? My Latinas. I love my Latina patients. Oh my gosh. Every time they come in, I'm like, what are you here for? You don't need anything. Just leave. I find them to
Arab
be
and Latinas
beautiful.
are very similar.
We're very similar, yes. But Middle Eastern women, I think we have bold features. We have the eyes, the hair, the eyebrows, you know, the strong bone structures sometimes. You know, we just perfect that. We just kind of like, we want to keep working at that. Whatever I can do to fix that, I'm all for it.
I love that.
Yeah.
You know, one of the things I always, obviously in the US, like Kim Kardashian has obviously revolutionized the whole concept of beauty, right? And this is a lot of people, we all in a way are looking like Kim Kardashian. But the reality is, I mean, other women are looking like Kim Kardashian, but us Arab women have always looked like
she's
Kim
Armenian,
Kardashian.
so she's considered Middle Eastern.
She's Middle Eastern, right? But America has never really been exposed to Middle Eastern women until they saw Kim Kardashian.
Yeah.
Right? And then they're like, oh my God, these women with these high cheekbones and the gorgeous hair. Like I remember when I was younger growing up, and I don't know if you can speak to this or not, but our eyebrows were so thick and we had a lot of hair. We were embarrassed. So we had to, I have pictures of me with really thin. I had to like wax them to make them really thin because it wasn't accepted. Our eyebrows weren't accepted. No. And now look at it. Everybody wants to look like a Middle Eastern woman. So it's like crazy.
It is. But I don't endorse that. I endorse, you know, people looking like the better version of themselves. So if you're Asian, I like you to keep, you know, your Asian beauty, Middle Eastern, Latina. Like I don't like to take away, you know, your ethnic. Because
we all have something to contribute. We're all beautiful.
We're all beautiful in our own ways. So I like to keep, you know, what makes you you. And just make it better. That's my slogan.
I love that.
And I have to say, our hair, like Arab women, Allah yahmina ya Rab, with our hair, we have gorgeous hair. It's like thick.
We do.
The brown. It's like we're so luxurious. I love us.
We're blessed.
I'm like, shout out to Arab women, man. I love
women,
us.
To all women.
Yeah.
All right, so I want to transition. I've been reading a lot about peptides, and I know this is the new craze. Everybody's taking a peptide, and I, for a while, was kind of against the idea of GLP-1 because I'm from the kind of the mindset of, I know if you have a great lifestyle and you eat right, you get your sleep and yada, 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 everything's perfect, you're going to look your best, right? But I also know it's really unrealistic because it's going to vary from person to person. And I've been learning that. So now I'm actually considering myself to get on a peptide, but more specifically, I really not focusing on GLP-1. I want to focus on GLP-3, which is the Retta that is being tested. That's targeting 3 hormones and it's supposed to be like revolutionary. So what can you say to Retta 3?
Yeah. So I'll say about peptides that they've been around for a while, actually, the GLPs, you know, because we have different GLP-1s. So trizipatide, retatrutide, they're all considered, you know, they're GLP, but now we have a peptide version of that. So peptides are chains of amino acids that basically tell your cells what to do. Tell you to sleep better, to lose weight, to suppress your appetite, to increase your libido. So that's what peptides are on the market for. Now, the problem with peptides right now is a lot of them are not FDA approved completely. And now people will say, yeah, but there's a lot of things that are not FDA approved and they're still, yes, I'm with that. But the problem that I'm talking about is and I'm not talking about retatrutide because that is FDA approved. Those GLPs.
Well, they said Retta 3 is going to be approved by the end of this year.
Yes, it's not approved yet.
But it's not like fully approved, but it's in a process. Like I know.
Yes, so those are okay, right? Those are fine because the FDA approved them and, you know, they've done the studies on them. My problem are with the other peptides. So the BPC, the copper. So copper peptides have been approved topically in a cream, which I have created a skincare line in my clinic.
Yes.
And I will gift you guys that as well as to try, where you can mix it in the cream and it helps topically.
Is that the GHCU or something?
Yes, exactly. The copper peptide. Yes. So, but injectable wise, it's not approved yet. So the problem with the BPC, the copper, and all of the other stacks that we hear about is where are they made? Because sterility is an important factor when it comes to peptides. The reason why we want them in a compounding pharmacy is because we know there's sterility that's, you know, watched by the FDA. You know, you're not injecting just anything in your body. Those are not approved yet. Okay, so a lot of companies are making them in their kitchen. We don't really know what's inside of these things. So that's why I don't endorse that just yet. They are on the list pending approval. No. So everything that I will endorse are things that are evidence-based, research backed.
Well, you took the oath, so you have to do that. Someone like me, I'm like, I don't really trust the FDA. See, a part of me does feel that this whole notion of like people being against like the peptides or like, oh, it's not FDA approved. I think it's because they don't want us to be healthy.
Not like I said, not for that reason. I do believe in them. I'm afraid of where are they being made.
Right. So a compound pharmacy would be
sterility, not about are they effective. We know they're effective because the years have proved that. Yeah. Now, some of them are not yet backed up by science 100%. We need to look at the controlled trials, the controlled studies, right? Yeah. And a lot of the companies are making their own controlled randomized studies. So it's biased. You need the company to be clinically tested, you know, the brand.
Right, yeah, that makes sense.
Right? Randomized control studies. So that proves that this is safe long-term, okay? For example, we have Sculptra. This is a biostimulator. Sculptra has been on the market for over 20 years. Mm-hmm. So we know that over the years, it's proved to have been good and safe. Yeah. Right? Even in the beginning, when we first used to inject Sculptra, there were a lot of problems with it. Mm-hmm. The company just came out with the product. We were diluting it a certain way. It was causing fibrosis, okay, and like lumps and clumps. Oh, wow. Now, as the years go on, which is why I always say, let the years show you if something is safe, if something's okay, if something is effective. Then over time, we see that they fix the dilution. Now we're watering it down with more product, less clumps, less fibrosis, excellent product. Wow. Okay. So that's why I say not just because of the FDA, but because always with time, everything proves to be good or no good.
Yes. I love that. I mean, I still want to get rid of 3 off market.
I want to get everything.
I don't think I want to. Well, honestly, no. I'm
Everything
gonna be
that Rayan
honest.
talked
I've
about.
been doing a lot of research on Areta 3, and I am convinced. And I'm a very hard person to convince, by the way. I'm not easily convinced.
It's a great peptide. I said, just wait for it to be approved.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I'm going to take it before it's approved. What I'm going to do, though, is... Well, actually, no, because my doctor put me in touch with another doctor in New York City.
Okay.
And I was going to have the consultation, but she was like, yeah, it's going to cost $650. I'm like, yeah, no, thank you. I'm not ready to invest like that much. But I do want to find a good place to get it from. Like
I
have a friend who's getting it from Florida. Mm-hmm. She's like, girl, I get it. It's $160. I know she mixes. She said she has the was it Bosselin water or Bach water?
Saline, bacteriostatic.
No, it's like Bach water, and then they mix it,
water,
and that's when they like mix it, and then you just shoot yourself with it.
So, like I said, I don't recommend that because we don't know the source. If it's not coming from a compounding pharmacy, I don't know where it's coming from. I don't back that up. I don't endorse it.
No, it makes sense.
But to each his own. If you're willing to take the risk, it's up to you. But they're definitely effective. Peptides are definitely effective, and the years, will prove which ones are going to be the best and which are going to fail.
Do you think it's going to be crazy? Like in the future, we're just going to let's say these peptides are all FDA approved. Are you just going to be like different peptides for different things, and it's all going to be synthetically? Because that's just a synthetic, right? It's a synthetic form of your hormone. It's like a replica of your hormone that we make naturally.
Amino acids, yeah.
So now it's like instead of like your body doing it naturally, we're just like forcing our body to do it.
And that's why I say, like, over the years, I'm sure they're going to perfect the recipe. So wait and see.
But I just see the future, like fake foods, and we're just going to be getting everything we need through peptides.
Well, I hope, right now, we have a lot of endocrine disruptors, right? Like the foods we eat, we have a lot of hormones being injected into the meat, the chicken.
It's fake food. We have legit fake food.
Yeah. So that's why we have such a high, number of cancer and obesity here in the United States that you probably don't see in other countries. But live a healthy lifestyle to the best of your ability. Your sleep, your stress, inflammation, these are very important things that influence the way you age, not just aesthetics. It's all about your lifestyle as well. Inflammation and high cortisol is one of the worst things for your aging. Stress.
Yeah, it is stress. Yeah, absolutely.
So whatever you can do to ease that, to live a better lifestyle, your genetics plays an important role in your aging process. These are all, all things that affect it, okay? And aesthetics is just a tool. The Botox, the fillers, and all these things, they're just a tool. But on the other hand, you also have your skincare. What do you do to your skin? Are you exposing your skin to sun without SPF? Do you smoke? Do you drink? What skincare are you using? Because our skin is the largest organ in our body, and we can absorb so many things through our skin. Right. If you're not on a skincare routine that's suitable for you, you're not really benefiting from the aging, aesthetic anti-aging field, right? So I do have an aesthetic skincare line that I created.
Yes, I want to talk more about that. So like for someone like me, I have a lot of I don't have oily skin, I have dry skin. I don't know, what's your skin like, Hanun?
Hanun has, I think, combo skin. Combo, yeah.
What would you say about me?
You're a little combo too. You're a little oily in your T-zone.
That's my makeup, I think. It's just, I think it's the makeup.
Yeah, I mean, you know your skin better, but absolutely. When we're curating a skincare routine at me as a provider, I'm looking at your skin. What kind of skin do you have, right? What are your problem areas? What are your concerns? And then we want to get into the actives, right? Because right now, there's too many things on TikTok and Instagram, and everybody's giving their skincare routine, but that doesn't mean that will work for your skin type, right? Yeah. Your provider is going to be able to give you the best advice. So we want to incorporate actives in our skincare, and actives means we need salicylic acids or exfoliators. So these are acids. We have salicylic, lactic, mandelic. This will depend on your skin type. We want to incorporate a retinol or a tretinoin, right? Because this is going to help your cellular, your skin to renew faster, right? Your cellular cells. I can't even speak today. Then we have azelaic acid. That's another active. We have vitamin C. That's another active. Wow. There's so many actives that we need to incorporate. And then obviously the sunscreen.
Yeah, sunscreen from the sun is so important.
And now, like I said, peptides are a huge thing in the skincare industry, and we should definitely be using those. Okay?
Why not
Copper
start
peptides.
going back to the skincare and the peptide thing, which I know your brand has, it's the medical grade stuff.
Yes. So
I was using Rhode. That's the first time I started hearing about peptides and like the lip moisturizer. I'm like, what the heck what is this?
So I'll say this as someone in the medical industry. I do not believe in any skincare that is not medical grade. And medical
interesting.
grade,
Okay.
yes. Medical grade means that it's backed by the FDA. I'll go back to that.
Yeah,
okay.
yes.
And why I say that is because medical grade skincare by law is allowed to have high levels of certain actives that you can't get from over the counter or from these makeup
Interesting.
people that create the
didn't know
skincare.
that.
Okay, so that means that if my skincare is medical grade, I'm allowed to use
Higher doses.
high dose of tretinoin, a high dose of salicylic, a high dose of hydroquinone. Okay, that means you're benefiting from your skincare more,
Right,
Because
yeah.
obviously you're on a higher dose. So I created a skincare line for my clinic that is made in a compounding pharmacy. So it's
love
all
that.
medicated active ingredients. I have an eye cream that we created that has caffeine, 1%, which is great for under eye puffiness in the morning and lymphatics and all of that. And I incorporate inside of it vitamin K, vitamin E, niacinamide. These are all incredible ingredients, pure ingredients made in a compounding pharmacy that you put on your skin that you know you're really reaping the highest benefit. Then I also created, something for people who have melasma or sunspots or these things. So I have high dose of hydroquinone, kojic acid, compounded blend that'll help remove the melasma or suppress the pigment. I have so many different things that I created, medical grade skincare.
I love that.
Okay? There was a hype for the Korean, and I'm not saying anything wrong about that, but again, medical grade over anything else.
I love that.
I'm gonna start pitching that. Give me like your whole kit. I'm gonna start
For
pitching
me, I
that.
have rosacea too, by the way.
Yeah, so rosacea is something that you can suppress. You can't get rid of 100%.
And I was like, my face is always red. I'm like,
Yeah, and it has to do with the inflammatory markers in your body. So certain foods will trigger your rosacea, smoking, tomatoes, alcohol, these things. But we can always suppress your rosacea through medical grade skincare.
got it.
Okay, so I'll give you something for that as well.
I love that. I can't wait to try it.
Yeah, me too. Let me know how you like it.
I will definitely.
So I think now we've reached the let's pop round, which is
Okay.
a little rapid round of questions, get to know you a
do
little
it.
more. I'm going to just swing it because...
Honestly, I have some things ready.
Yalla.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, I literally just thought of it right now.
Let me just start off.
Okay.
Okay?
Okay.
Nancy Ajram or Haifa Wahabi?
Haifa Wahbe.
I love Haifa. I don't know why I like...
They're both beautiful, but Haifa's more my aesthetic.
Haifa's real, right? Don't you get
Yeah,
the... She's
I
like
love her. I
she's
love Haifa.
authentic.
Nancy's so sweet.
Haifa
though.
is my
No,
inner...
Nancy's sweet, but she's very much focused on appearance. Like, Haifa is just
Nancy
straight
has
up.
a beautiful voice. She's very Naomi, cute. Haifa's more my
Cutie,
aesthetic.
Allah, so cutie. She's getting some bad publicity right now because she was like
Really?
taking a picture with someone from the other side who's like doing harm to Lebanon.
Oh no.
So yeah. And
Haifa's
she
my
was like,
girl.
oh, I didn't know he was a fan, but then apparently like other footage was shown where she was singing to him at a concert.
Oh no.
So I don't know. Sometimes I feel like Nancy Ajram, and I could totally be wrong, and I hope I really am wrong, but I feel she's a plant.
I don't like to speak on anyone personally that I don't personally know, but
I'll do it for you. I'll just do it. I think she's a plant.
Noor, I'm a doctor.
She's like, أنا دكتورة هي ما تحكي هيك لا 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 لا. No, but anyway, going back to Haifa's my girl.
Haifa's my
go
aesthetic.
ahead. What do you have for
What's
us?
your
Hadra?
favorite Arabic dish?
Oh my gosh. Kibib laban.
Ah,
It's a
I
Lebanese
love
and I
that.
think Syrian
Yes.
thing.
I've
Yeah.
never had that before.
So it's kibbeh.
Okay.
Yeah, but we make it in
Oh, with
Lebanon.
Lebanon. Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
With a side of
Ooh.
rice.
You guys have like the
I'm
yoga
actually
with
starving,
mensaf.
so I'm-
I also love
that.
shish barak.
I love shish barak.
I love shish barak. It's my
Yeah.
jam.
Shish
Oh my
barak.
god, I want to go
Okay.
eat now. I'm so hungry.
Me too, I'm
Let's go
starving.
eat after.
Yes.
Tell me.
You know what's interesting? When I used to go to Syria, and I don't know if Lebanon's like this, but like every time we ate, it was always white rice. There was never any like
There's
rice.
white rice with the
tashkil.
vermicelli, the
Yes,
shayia.
that's extent. I only started being introduced to different rices when I started trying Palestinian food, Yemeni
Yeah.
food.
Yeah.
I was like, wow, they make different like
Yeah.
rice
Our
variations.
resilient people.
Yeah.
Because in Syria, it was always like Hey fasulye maras. Hey bame maras.
Matters, everything
Hey,
matters.
Everything is just with
matters.
ruz.
They want to fill you up. They want to get those carbs in.
Yeah.
Hey, what is it? Not Lebanese. Lebanese. Hey, hatti ruz.
Laban emmo.
But it was
Yeah.
always white rice.
Yeah,
I don't
always white
remember
rice.
finding like yellow rice, any
Never.
tashkil, nothing.
Right.
Yeah, so interesting.
Yeah, that'll give me another one.
What's next for you? Like, where do you see yourself 5 years from now?
That's a good question. Hopefully married and have a family because I'm not married. And professionally, just growing the business even more. I'm very fortunate that I got in early and was able to, build.
You literally
Inshallah.
came in like at the right time.
Yeah, I was able to build that, and that's where I hopefully.
Well, I want to focus on. She's single.
Oh my God,
Fellas out there.
Single,
She's single.
smart,
But
intelligent,
now, what are your
beautiful.
requirements? Because you're not an easy. You're a high value woman. You're not easy to get.
What's your red flag first? Just be honest. Tell them.
Okay.
Just tell them.
So I don't like the term red flags.
Sorry, Dr.
because
Rayan.
I don't like it. I feel like it's so loosely used.
Yeah.
We all have our bad vices.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you what I look for in a partner. So first is definitely emotional maturity.
Okay.
I think it's very important as a man. I want someone who's gonna help
Be attentive. Yeah.
help me understand my emotions just like I'm going to help him understand his.
I love that.
I love
Emotional
that.
maturity is number one important quality for me.
I agree.
I think a lot of men, unfortunately, don't hone into their emotions. So they harm us as a woman and they project.
Of course,
And I don't think they mean to, but that's just our culture.
When we're not
society.
focusing on the emotional aspect of raising them up, it's just like تصير رجال تروح تشتغل تروح تعمل مصاري and take care of your family.
Yeah.
That's what we have to do
Emotional
better
maturity.
and raise our children
Absolutely.
not like that.
Second is a good communicator, right? Because nothing in this world will ever work if you don't communicate it and express it properly. And so that's an important thing.
I can't read your brain, dude. You got to tell me what's going on.
Yeah.
Even like, okay, you can be a great communicator, but you're comprehending everything I'm talking about. That's very important too.
Yes. And I want someone who has a good heart, because at the end of the day, no matter what problems you have or what you're going through, the heart brings you back to the other
Be
person,
grateful, be humble.
Like, like having a good heart and saying like, no, I don't want to hurt her. I don't want to hurt him. Like he was good to me. I appreciate all the good qualities in her, or I appreciate all the good qualities in him. And I'm going to focus on that instead of focusing on the negatives, because we all have negatives, right?
Makes sense.
And I think a lot of people don't understand that relationships and marriage, specifically marriage, don't mend your heart. They don't fix your heart. They only expose it.
Right.
They only expose your character. So if you as a person have not worked on yourself as yourself, personally, you're going to bring all that you have into the relationship.
Makes sense. Yeah.
So doing the inner work is very important. I know a lot of people throw that on Instagram and all, but it's important, right? Because if you don't know how to deal with anger, you're going to come into the relationship, you're going to come into the marriage, that's going to be amplified times 100. If you don't know how to repair from a conflict, right?
Yeah, conflict resolution is really important.
You flee, because most men flee. And I don't mean to, bash men, because of course our women have their vices as well. But if as a man, I look at you as somebody who's a problem solver. Okay, so I look for that in you. If you're not going to repair with me and you're going to flee and go into your shell, how am I going to do this?
Right, absolutely.
So those are important
No
qualities.
avoidant attachment styles.
Yeah,
You need a secure attachment style.
we need a secure attachment style. And listen, we're all learning, we're all growing, and every relationship you get into and every experience. And me, like, to bring this back into medicine, I learned from my patients. I sit there and I listen to their lives and their experiences, and I learned from them. Like, what did she get out of that? Right? I don't want to.
What do you think most people, like, when you're seeing your patients, what is one of the things that you've been able to connect that people struggle with the most? Is it confidence? Is it feel like, what is it? Like, what do people struggle with the most?
That you think I'm sorry.
Like when they speak to you, like, and you hear their stories, what is like maybe one common theme that you found across like all patients, that like something that they really either want or something that they're lacking, either whether themselves or in their relationships?
Definitely confidence.
Okay.
And part of my job is very psychological.
Yeah, no, I would imagine it is.
And there's a meme on this that, oh, like, I'm your injector, not your therapist, but I am your therapist as well in a way or another, right? Because you're coming to me seeking comfort. I'm able to I'm able to boost your confidence in a way or another, but also with maybe my insight when we're sitting there and chatting, like, how can I help you as a person?
Right.
Inside, not just outside. So I find that a lot of women don't have the power to say no, or don't know when to walk away.
Yeah.
And you have to be willing to walk away at any time from anything, whether it be at a relationship.
Choose yourself first always.
Whether it be a relationship, a job, friendship, whatever it is. That's the real power. So I find that, a lot of women do, struggle with the confidence factor. And listen, we've all been through, many things. Sometimes it's a financial thing that you're not able to, do things because of finances, or because you have, children, or because you have a family that relies on you. These are all, things that can limit you, but it's only limiting you the way you think.
Right.
Okay. We're put on this earth. We can strive. We can shoot for the stars. There's no limit. Okay? Right. It all depends on what you're going to do with your time, with your energy. Where are you going to invest that? You're going to invest it in yourself? You're going to invest it in, what are you going to invest it in? Are you going to sit there and gloom over, oh, I can't? You can. You can do anything you put your mind to.
Do you think our culture kind of puts a damper on us to not want to shoot for the stars?
Yes, absolutely. I think as women, Arab women, we have this thing where you have to be married, you have to have a family, you have to do this. And listen, I'm not a feminist in any way. I like to say that because just because I went to school and I have a degree and, I have a business, it doesn't mean that I love that family dynamic. I want a family. But
you want the traditional kind of nuclear family.
Absolutely. But yes, there, in a way or another, yes. Maybe because I'm Lebanese, we're a little bit more liberal. I maybe didn't have that too much, and I was fortunate. But other Arab, countries and nationalities are limited in that way, right? Like you have to be married by a certain age.
Absolutely.
And again, I love marriage. I'm all for it. But also as a woman, you need to have your own, identity, right? Because you can't control outcomes of a marriage. It takes two to tango, but you can control the outcome of your own life, right?
Absolutely, I love that.
So if I, put in the work, I got a degree, I got a job, and I'm able to, walk away from something if it's not working for me after I've exhausted all options. Exhaust all options first before you walk away.
Right, absolutely.
Then I have the power, right? And having the power is important as a woman, but definitely our culture impacts that. And, like I have immigrant parents. They grew up in Lebanon. They learned a lot from myself and, from me and my brother, like our generation. My parents maybe had certain ideas when I was younger that the older they got and we got as their children, they changed those ideas. Maybe they opened up to certain things. And that's just the beauty of life, the evolution, right? You have to keep that, keep going because generations are changing, society is changing. Keep your traditions, keep your roots, but,
don't be afraid to
adapt.
Well, I think it's just a challenge cultural norms that, why are we taught some of these things? Why? And then being able to really reflect on them. And I think education plays a major role because you have to educate yourself to understand, why do I believe what I believe? Even if we're Muslims, I was born, obviously, alhamdulillah, I was born Muslim, but I didn't always practice Islam. My parents shoved it down my throat it didn't work. It's until I really started focus. Well, no, I took classes and I really educated. I learned about the Bible. I learned about the Torah. I started learning, and I was like, oh, Islam is really legit. It's the real religion.
Yeah,
and at least for me, and that's how I felt, and that's how I started practicing Islam. Honestly,
and Islam, is it's not a limiting. It's religion is not to limit you. It's to put you on the right track.
Grounded.
Keep you grounded. It's a law book to kind of
how to do life,
pave the way, how to do life, right? And we do our best as
Islam
humans.
that hasn't left a stone unturned. We really tells you everything how to navigate your life. Now, continuing on with the Let's Pop, do you prefer coffee or tea?
Coffee for sure. Iced coffee.
Okay. Any other thing that you was on your list?
I think I'm good.
Okay, no, I have one more question. What advice do you have to young girls, young Arab girls who are interested in medicine or just interested in whatever they're interested in? What advice would you give them? Young girls looking up to you right now.
Yeah, so definitely do something you're passionate about. Don't do it because society is telling you to do it. Do it because you love it, because you care about it, because when you're passionate about something, you're going to take it and make it the best it can be. But if you're doing it because society wants you to,
or because your parents are forcing you.
Or parents are forcing, it's never a good outcome. And, you know, you can be strong and feminine. You could be kind and, you know, strong as well. You can be, there's no limit, right?
Yeah.
Stay humble, right? No matter what. People like
humble. I think that's my takeaway from our conversation is that shoot for the stars.
Shoot for the stars.
There's no limit.
Shoot for the stars. But
there's a limit with Allah, but overall
absolutely.
For your goals
shoot
on
for the
stars,
but remain grounded in your roots.
Yeah.
I think that's something that I definitely would teach my children.
Yeah, subhanAllah.
Yeah.
Well,
that's great.
Dr. Rayan Abood, thank you so
this.
much for taking time to meet with us today. I really enjoyed this conversation. You're an absolute sweetheart.
You're a sweetheart.
Literally definition of beauty and I'm just going to title this beauty and brains. I mean,
yeah, you should.
Right? Absolutely.
Thank you guys so much.
And that just comes naturally. See, I don't even plan for these things.
You're
just
so
like
sweet.
I
really
call it how I
appreciate
see
it. Thank you so much. I really appreciate it. And thank you for having me.
And Hanun, thanks for being my co-host.
Yeah,
I mean, what do you guys think?
I was listening.
Let us know how you think Hanun did today.
I didn't do much. This is listening. I learned so much.
This is a test run. Yeah, she's really here because she wants to get some services.
No, relax. I know Rayan.
Hanun brought us together.
Well, listen, I'll be certified next week.
Yeah, in 2 days we'll get our
I'm waiting
certificate.
for you guys at my office.
I just got certified, girl.
We're going to leave more information for our next podcast, how to be an Arab baddie. So
yes, so
save some
actually,
info.
we're going to be done filming now, and then we have other guests who are joining us. We're going to be filming the How to Be an Arab Baddie, which you're going to be here for.
Do that. Yes.
So you'll see us in the same clothes, okay?
I'm changing.
Hanun is changing, so it's like she just left and came back a different day. But yes, that's all we have.
Thank you so
for you
much.
today. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. Oh wait, before we actually go, tell them where they can follow you and if they can buy your skincare line if it's available. Give them all the tea.
Yes. So my clinic is called Amari Aesthetics. We're located in Edgewater, New Jersey, and Staten Island, New York. But I'm not accepting any new patients there. And you can buy. Sorry. You can buy my skincare at the offices. You could just call our office. We have a social media page, Amari Aesthetics, and then you can also follow my doctor page, Dr. Rayan Abood. I guess we'll put it on the screen.
Yes. I'll definitely link it for them to below.
Yeah,
I love that. Awesome.
Thank you.
Yay!
Guys.
Should I do the Zarguta?
All right, awesome. Love it.
Awesome.
I need to stand up.